Welcome to day one of my healing journey. Whether you're watching this a few days after this video has been released or years after being released, this series is going to be my journey from going from feeling like shit all the way to feeling incredible, feeling amazing, feeling happy, mentally stable and strong and all of that. So I recommend you watch every single video. You don't skip any of them. And if you're if this video has just come out and you're just seeing it, then subscribe to the channel. And I strongly encourage you to join me on this journey of healing our mental health and just building a better and happier life. Obviously, though, none of this will work without here without hearing my story. So I'll give you a bit of a rundown. About a year ago, literally, yes, this time a year ago, I'm going to flip back. I had this series called Journey to Enlightenment. I started it almost exactly 1 year ago, a little over a year ago, a year and 1 week. As you can see, I have all of these videos that I uploaded, and it was basically just my journey to enlightenment and healing and stuff. I had already done all of the mental health habits, and I was already feeling really good. And then there were these other habits that I learned, and I just pushed myself to do, which brought me to the next level. And something that's different from this series and the other one is that here I genuinely feel like I'm starting from square zero. After I graduated high school, I was, I had a schedule set out for myself, and I was planning to, pump out a lot more videos for this channel and spit out all the facts and things that I've learned on my mental health journey over the past few years. And I was going to grow it, and I was going to do all of these things, but I just didn't. I slacked off on my habits. I became inconsistent. I stopped doing all the things that I loved doing for some reason, and I picked up all of these bad habits, most notably fucking scrolling. And I've just fallen into a bit of a shit rut for like the past couple of months, and I want to get out of that. And no better way to do this than start from square one and start improving my mental health. So with that out of the way, I suppose we'll move back here and get me activated. So that's my story in a nutshell. I'm not so good at telling stories. I'm not really feeling all too, awake genius right now. But what I know is that when you've fallen into like a rut and you're not in the best mental health space, the one thing that you got to start with is your simple habits, right? Like this is meditation and journaling. Those are the base, these two. I'll get out my little pen here. These two habits are the core ones. They are these habits change lives, and I'm in the way, aren't I? There we are. Those two habits change lives. Meditation and journaling. They are the best habits I've ever done in my entire life, and those habits change lives. Meditation is basically, I'll find one over here. Meditation. There we are. This is basically the main outline to meditation. So you can see, the first step is to focus on your breath. I just realized there's a plane flying over my fucking head right now. It's probably disrupting the whole video. We focus on our breath. This is what I'm going to be doing today. And then after, you set your timer and you're breathing, then eventually you're just going to lose focus, right? Your mind's going to begin thinking of random things like that fucking plane or memories, chores, future plans, whatever the fuck you're thinking of, right? And then eventually you're going to realize you lost focus. You're going to think, oh, what the fuck? I'm thinking about bloody the Bahamas when I should be thinking about following my breath or breathing manually, And then the fourth step is to just return your focus back to the breath. It's one rep. That's literally all meditation is. Meditation is as simple as manually breathing, and then when you think a fucking start thinking about whatever, you just return your focus back to your breath. That is it. It is literally as simple as that. You know, you set your timer and then you just breathe manually for however long you set the timer for. And the effects of meditation don't hit you instantly, but over time, man, like over like a week or a couple of weeks, they really start to affect you and you really start to feel good. Journaling is, you know, it's just that standard habit of, you know, whenever you got things on your mind, you just write it down. I've got like my fucking journal here, and I've been very inconsistent with this thing for like the past, you know, few months. Like I normally write down on it every single day, and I can go back like 10 pages in my journal and I'm at like fucking the start of September. So that's like 2.5 months of journaling that I wasn't consistent in. So normally I'd journal a page every day, but I did more like a page every like week or two. It wasn't not that great. So meditation and journaling are the base habits. These are the ones that are going to really help my mental health. Obviously, there are those like getting outside, which I'm going to try to do more often, and, you know, staying away from the bad habits like technology and video games and all that kind of crap. But I'm not going to discuss that in this video. Don't want to do too much in one fucking go. And then on top of those two habits, we have breathwork and movement. These are two new habits that I've touched on them a few times. I haven't really spoken about movement. I've spoken about exercise a lot, but movement is this is like a different sort of habit with a different sort of purpose around it. But we'll get to movement. You know, we'll cover movement now. It's literally just like moving your body. I'm like shaking, sort of like, you know, like doing these fucking arm swings, like this shit, the fucking sprints, push-ups, pull-ups, just explosive stuff. You know, get your body moving around. You know, star jumps, just all that shit. Like literally just, you know, bobbing up and down on your fucking heels. It's like, I know it sounds like really weird and stuff, but throughout this journey to enlightenment, I don't think I ever spoke about it in between, you know, before I got to this one, like day 19, where I said, oh yeah, I'm feeling fucking amazing, which I was, but funny that it didn't last very long until I sort of fell off that wonderful state of happiness and being, which I really want to get back to. So I didn't speak about movement in any of these videos, which is why I am going to cover movement in its own video in this like little series. I'll go in depth on it, on what I'm doing and stuff. But basically, movement is just movement. It's like this form of like releasing stress, and it's like it all builds up inside of you, and it's sort of fucking, you know, when you move around, it's like it just releases. Like this is like some spiritual shit that I'm talking about right here. And look, it's just good for your mental health when you move around. If you're just sitting bumming around all day, it's like all this tension and all of these like emotions and anger, they just get built up inside you. And then when you start moving around and you're jumping up and down and shit, they flow away, and you immediately start to feel better, happier, healthier. You know, you're not holding on to all of this like emotional baggage, all of this pain and irritation and stuff. So movement is great for that extra step of healing, you know, healing your emotions, healing your mental health, healing your trauma. You have meditation and journaling that are really good for your mental health, but on top of those, movement and breathwork take it to the next level. I've touched on breathwork a few times in this channel, but most of the time I've just said, hey, go watch this other guy on YouTube. He will give you all the, well, he doesn't give you the stuff, he just does the guided breathwork meditations, and I just say, hey bro, just go and do that, like trust me. And well, I'm going to do the same thing. There's a guy called Breathe with Sandy. I don't think I spelled, yep, oh my god. Breathe with Sandy on YouTube. Best videos I've ever seen. The one I recommend is a 15-minute energy release. That's the one that I'll be doing starting from today, starting from now. It's the best meditation I've ever done in my life. So that's the plan. So I'll give you a bit of a rundown of everything. Welcome. This is day one of healing my mental health. I know this video is really all over the place, but I feel like I'm just looking at the fuck, man. Give me that. Here, this is how I feel about what I'm doing. I feel like I'm staring at a blank canvas. I really have no idea what the fuck is happening at all. Like, nothing makes sense to me. I'm so lost right now. So I went through my story, how I graduated high school, thought I was going to have a plan and everything, and I was going to do all this stuff. Ended up falling off of my habits. Everything went to shit. And now I'm just in this state of poor mental health. What I want to do is begin with these base habits: breathwork, meditation, journaling, and movement. Most primarily journaling and meditation. Those are the habits that I really want to focus on. And just for like the start of this, while I get the ball rolling. And once I've done those, then I'm going to start moving my body around, like shaking and doing breath work and those sorts of things. And then, over time, I'm just going to keep consistently doing these habits. There's a few books I'm going to read, which I'm going to touch on in day 2. Stay tuned for that. And then just going to keep consistent with these habits. I'm going to make a video every single day giving like an insight that I've learned, or giving an update, or just anything to, stay consistent with this. And eventually I'm going to reach that feeling of good mental health. And when you stick through this series with me, you will find that too. You will, if you do the habits, these same habits that I'm doing, if you commit yourself to doing journaling and meditation, you make the habit tracker. I've got tons of videos on that, but essentially it's like a little table. You can make one here. You have day, and then what habit you want: journaling and meditation. Okay, let's make these bigger. Alright. And then you get day 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's like that's basically what the habit tracker looks like. You just get a journal and you just like make out this like little fucking thing, and then when you journal, you do like a tick for the day. You've done your meditation, you do that. Let's say day 2 you fucking journaled, but you miss your meditation, then just leave the meditation blank. You can do a cross, or you can, or you can just leave it blank, and then next day, you meditated, and you just keep going like that. That's just your habit tracker. It lets you, keep track of your things, and just, it's like a guidance. I don't know. It's like a checklist for you to do every day. If you think you're disciplined enough to do it without the habit tracker, then by all means, mate, give it a go. I personally know that I fucking shit the bed when I don't have a habit tracker, so I'm going to be using a habit tracker. Now, just to top this all off, if you want to follow me on this journey, not only can you subscribe to the channel and watch the videos every day, that's a great way to follow me on the fucking journey, but you can also join this thing here called the Men's Journey Academy. This is like my school page. I'm going to change all this stuff up a bit to be more inclined towards the my healing journey and all that stuff. But this is basically a community that I've had for all my mental health stuff, and I'm going to be uploading everything here into this page, Healing Journey. Whenever I get an insight, I'm going to make a post, type out some little thing, and I'm going to put it up here, and I'm going to have all the videos logged on a playlist in this community, so you can watch them all. It's basically it's like a website sort of, and I got links to videos and posts and articles and stuff. It's completely free to join. It's going to be the top link in the description, so if you want to follow me on this journey, go and join this thing, because not only can you watch all the content and read all the things, but you can also you can literally send me a DM, a direct message on this thing, and you can also write your own posts and comments and ask your questions, and I just think it's a really neat little thing. So if you really want to follow me on this journey, and by the way, if you do join this thing and you are active on it, and you're messaging, you're reading the things, you're watching all the videos, and you're taking action as well, I can guarantee that you're going to follow me on this journey, and you are going to reach a level of happiness and mental health that you have never fucking felt in your entire life. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever. Right now, I'm genuinely honest with you. I feel like shit. I feel like I'm staring into a void of fucking like nothing. Like it feels like I'm staring at this shit. Oh, I can just change the color to black, can't I? Yeah, I'm a real fucking genius here. Alright. This is how I feel like. I'm staring into nothing. Like a void of just of of nothing. Like it's just I feel so empty, so lost, and so just confused. And that's why doing these habits here, all of these good habits, I'm going to become a better and be in a better place. And I really want you to follow me on this journey too. So please join that thing, top link in the description, or subscribe to the channel, watch the videos, and please take action. From today, make yourself this little habit tracker and have the habits journaling and meditation. And if you want, have breath work and movement. Those are those are some really good habits. If you want to do the breath work, do the fucking 15. Oh, that's not how you do a 15-minute energy release. That's some elite stuff. That one is the best one. 15-minute energy release. Breathe with Sandy. Do that every single day. It's really tough the first time you do it because there's like hyperventilation and breath retention. I sort of ate shit while doing it when I started doing it, and I got the hang of it. And I'll be honest, I'll probably start eating shit again. I think trying to hold my breath for like 2 minutes. I don't know how well I'll do, but over time you get better at it and better. And then movement, just gonna start, just shaking my body, just moving around, walking, running, all sorts of things, just to get those emotional baggage out of you. And then on top of that, the greatest habits of all time, meditation and journaling. So that is day 1 of healing my mental health. I'm excited to go on this journey. I already feel like a little happier just knowing that I've set myself on this path, and making this video, it's gone public, so I can bring other people on this journey with me. And when you join this thingamajig, you can watch that video if you want. I don't know, it doesn't really apply to what I'm talking about on this video, but you join this thing. It's literally, it's free to join. I made it free, so you can join it and you can communicate with me, and we can share our wins and our struggles and all of that stuff together. And not only will I go on this journey of healing myself, but you can come and join me as well and change your life. So really excited for this whole thingamajig, and I'll see you in day 2. Laters.